Oh, we're live.
Oh yes, we're live. The device has been. Wait, I'm being told. I don't know if I should rotate the device again. Oh,
I guess we have to be live this week.
we have to be live this week. This is highly experimental. Oh hey everybody! Oh, look.
We are live.
So
Tack. I'm Justin again.
hey, I'm John, and behind us in an orange car is Mitchell, and I'm sure we'll give him plenty of shit once he catches up. But I'm sorry, I feel like we keep blocking you.
No, it's okay.
That's Tatiana back there.
Hello. Well, we're here with some smooth jazz and light conversation on our way to a theme park here in lovely southern Missouri.
We got Subtac live together for a couple days.
Oh, it's actually been kind of a crazy weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, from the moment that you guys got here with the storm knocking out the power,
And having to pump up the air mattresses by a foot pump.
yeah, Jesus, a queen size mattress with a foot pump because the power's out. But it's been good overall, a positive experience.
Oh yeah.
Although last night we were accosted by a strange man asking for $6.
Yeah. $6 for gas.
So
Just an odd number.
this person is killing me right now. Is she awake? Oh fuck! No! Oh my god, no!
We're
Alright.
still live?
Yeah, no, we're
Okay,
good. We're good.
That's gonna be great to have in the
Jesus.
videos.
This is big tumbling. I'm trying to wedge the phone in to like the window so we don't have to constantly be holding anything.
My multi-tool's back there. I'm not sure what else we could really use to help prop it.
I mean, there's no good solution here. It's just gonna, every once in a while, we're just gonna have to mix it up and let the phone fall. Oh, fuck.
We should have grabbed
Deep
the
boy.
duct tape.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Do we have any tape?
I got gum.
There's right in there. Thank you. It's been fun having you guys up here. I haven't had that many people in my house ever. It's been wild.
We had what, 12-ish?
Yeah, I think like 11 people. We had a bunch of holes cut out in our backyard so people could play. We had a Missouri Cup golf tournament which Mitchell won.
Guys name engraved into the Covenant Missouri Cup.
Coveted, highly coveted.
We also grilled on a brand new grill.
And that was actually a pretty. It's funny whenever people like start to grill, everybody has like their own like piece of advice as to like a proper way to grill something, or like a seasoning to have on or a seasoning to have off. What's your secret grilling technique or recipe?
The secret grilling recipe?
Or technique? Yeah, like just a little some extra spice on things.
Daddy Hinkles, if you marinate it for like a day, take all the meat and put it into a gallon Ziploc bag, and like put some Daddy Hinkles dry rub on both sides, and then put a ton of Daddy Hinkles marinade juice inside of a gallon Ziploc bag with the steaks, and just let it sit in your fridge overnight.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Day marinade. It's really good.
Oh my god, everybody. Wait, no, I thought that was something.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. I haven't heard of Daddy Hinkles before. Is
Yeah.
that like a Texas thing, or is that like a...
I'm not sure if it's only a Texas thing, but you can get it online, and
It's an Amazon thing for sure.
Okay.
yeah, that's my dad's favorite marinade,
Oh.
and it started to not be around my area, so I bought him a gallon of the marinade.
That's awesome, man. But no, that we had... did you get a try of any of that Maker's Mark special
Yeah.
sauce? What'd you think?
I liked it. It just in my opinion, it doesn't go on a steak. You know?
Yeah, no. I think Mitchell was saying that he used it on burgers, which I think would be good.
Yeah, like rub it on, like put it on the burgers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that would be good, but in my opinion, just not steak sauce.
no. Do you use a lot of steak sauce? Like, add on to it or anything like that?
The only time I'll ever use somewhat of like a steak sauce is au jus.
Bless you. What's au jus? I haven't heard of that one.
Au jus, basically, if you go to any restaurant that serves steak, and normally they'll like serve prime rib or something like that,
Yeah.
you can ask for some au jus, and it's basically like they take like the liquid of the steak,
Yeah.
and they mix it with like sometimes different seasonings or broth, sometimes to make it a little thicker, but it's very liquid-like. And so basically, you're dunking it back in the fat that dripped off.
Oh my god.
It tastes really good.
It sounds awesome. Do you do a lot of cooking whenever you're at home?
I do like to cook. You can ask her though, but I do a lot of rice.
I don't have a steamer. I'm not cultured enough for that. Ooh, cops. Hey.
You're facing the wrong direction, so I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah. No, he's gonna hear you and just like pull out and chase you backwards. All the way up like 70 miles an hour back.
Bridge work. Is that today?
What day is it? Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't even know what day it is anymore.
Oh my god, date.
It's so surreal.
It is today though.
Hopefully they don't have to shut it down in one lane.
Because that'll turn this 1 hour trip into a 1:30.
I hope not. It's after
College next, right?
You want to go to college? At the next ride?
I don't know.
You're not doing anything else right now.
I mean, I don't have like $1 million to drop on college right now.
It's a fucking trip. No, I was just thinking if you have a spare 4 years, you know, just hanging around at the moment, so
Yeah,
pop in there, go to college, come back out.
it's funny. I'm the only one out of the 3 of us that are still here that doesn't have college.
No, but you switched. You actually got to do something that you like now. You're doing something that you enjoy. The rest of us just kind of shrugged. We're just like, all right.
Hey,
What's that?
he has an associate's.
I do
Oh,
have
yeah, but it's
associates,
okay.
but not like a full 4 year.
Well, trust me, that's you're already like head and shoulders above most people. It's like I don't know. It's not. I don't know. There's this view that like a lot of people have college degrees, and that's just not really the case. It's something like 20% of people have any sort of like thing above high school. Like, it's really not all that big.
Yeah. But nowadays, you really kind of gotta get a college degree.
Oh my god, yeah. No, that actually happened to a buddy of mine. He's working on like computers and stuff, and he's been working for like a family company for a long time. And every time that he goes in for a job, he says, "Okay, you know, I've got years, like over a decade of experience working with computers, building them, you know, programming, the whole 9 yards, like the technical aspect of it, very involved." And they're like, "Okay, where's your college degree?" And he's like, "Well, you know, things happened. I'm working right now in tech, but I don't have a college degree." And they'll just say, "Well, you know, come back when you have a degree." It's like, man, he's not going to be any different. Like he's already got years and years of experience under his belt. Like,
He already knows what they're gonna teach him in college.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, even if you go to college, you're going to be spending a significant portion of your first year or two doing gen ed crap.
Yeah.
It's like, this has nothing to do with your job. Why are you taking this?
Yeah. Well, I highly recommend to all of you who still haven't gone through college yet, either A, take all your gen ed the first few years and it's gonna suck ass, but then you get into the actual stuff that you like to do, or B, kind of mix them together, because you can do your gen ed throughout your entire 4 years.
Yeah.
Just kind of mix them together, that way you get really excited about some classes during that year and the other classes just kind of, they're all right.
It's okay. I mean, I have an AA in music, and music's the degree I want to go for.
I mean, I think that's probably one of the bigger things too, is that don't. Oh my
Got
god,
man on the saxophone.
Dude, fucking billboards. This like whole place is just billboards from here to Branson, all fucking billboards. But I think that's a big part of it. That's what got me really frustrated in college, was doing something that I didn't want to do. Like
Yeah.
all the business courses in crap where it was just like pretty much sponsored by Walmart. It's like I don't want to do that. I don't want to do logistics for this trucking company or. But I think I'm in a better place now.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're doing something that's not really pertaining to your degree at all.
Oh god, I hate it. The what was it? Mitchell took like
Mitchell is-
yoga.
Yeah.
And like, and he had to take it. Like it was. That's the weirdest part. Is like, no, we want you to spend more money and waste more of your time doing stuff that you don't really have to do. Just
He had to
because.
take a physical elective, pretty much.
Yeah.
Which is funny. Once I transferred my A that I got in marching band, transferred
Did it
for
really?
yeah, for my physical.
Count it.
So I'm perfectly fine with that.
Did you enjoy being part of the band? I know like the move from like a high school band to a large scale college band is kind of fucking epic, right?
It is epic, but the college band was only slightly larger than my high school band.
Really?
Yes.
Where'd you was like massive like 5A high school?
It was a
'Cause Arkansas
4A, but
Oof.
Texas 4A.
Oh, okay, Jesus.
So a Texas 4A is pretty large.
Yeah. No, that's
Um,
huge.
But a 5A in Texas, there's only one that I really like have competed against, and it's Allen.
Oh yeah, no, I've
and-
heard of those guys.
For Allen, every single
Insane.
one of their shows to get everyone who's marching on the field, every shape is from end zone to end zone.
Oh my god.
So yeah, and whenever they do a company line that moves forward,
Yeah.
it's like 3 lines and then the battery behind it.
Jesus.
It is massive.
It's huge. Is there like and that's I'm assuming after they like cut people from the band.
Well, they have
Is
a
there
couple
a-
people who are extras, pretty much.
Okay. So they're not even like getting everybody on the field, and it's already like at max capacity for
Yeah.
movement. Oh Jesus, that's huge. So for you then, it was just kind of like just a different uniform, same scale, like everything.
Yeah, it was a different uniform. It was same scale of people. More fun that we could actually do in the marching band, because in high school it's competition. So it's, it's more than just being there for the football games. And you do one show the entire year in high school. In college, you're doing 5 shows per year. And that was really fun for me, getting to learn all those shows. And you don't do it separately where you learn music and march. In college, you learn the music while you march.
Jesus.
You have music on your flip folder, so it's very important to have flip folder.
Keep your flip folder.
Yeah. You learn your music while you march. You only ever really go into sectionals like once. And then I loved and hated the pre-game show that we did.
Oh.
So, for those of you who don't know, University of Arkansas is where me, John, and Mitchell all met. And me and Mitchell were part of the Best in Sight and Sound Razorback Marching Band.
Razorback band.
Oh shit, that was a sheriff. Please don't turn on your lights. Alright, he's good.
Hey, we're good. Yeah.
But yeah, so you had to basically pull your leg up all the way up your other leg and point your toes straight down and go ahead. Like every one of those snaps is your foot hitting the ground.
Is there a reason behind? Because I mean,
It's a 50-year-old pregame show. Something like that. I think it's 50. It might be a century. I
that's
don't.
surprising.
but it's a traditional show.
Because I knew Mitchell did the drum line, and they had kind of their own situation too, where it was just the drums out in front of the stadium kind of doing their thing.
Yeah. Drum line gets it a little easier.
You think so?
Yeah, because they don't have the room to pull up their leg, so they don't do it.
Oh, that's fair. Can imagine the guy with like the huge like bass drum trying to do that. Well, even the dudes with the sousaphone, do they have to do the steps?
Yeah.
Because those things are massive.
They do have to do the steps because the like bottom of it only comes down to like below rib cage.
Do you have a lot of like small dudes who are like, I'm really passionate about the tuba?
About the tuba?
About the
It's
tuba.
really funny whenever you do have those people. Not gonna lie. But normally you don't see too many of them. Normally the people who are the tuba players have, either the height or the shoulder build.
That makes sense.
It's really funny whenever you get a really small girl playing the sousaphone. Just because, like in high school, there are some people like, I'm sorry, Tatiana, but you're short in comparison.
What?
He's calling you short.
It's okay. But they're
5
only,
foot's average, but all right.
yeah, they're only about like 5 foot, sometimes 4'10" or something like that, and they march around with the sousaphone like a boss.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'd be complaining the entire time marching around with that thing, especially with the steps that you have to do. It's all super precise. You guys have to. How many hours of? Because I remember Mitchell used to get up like way early in the morning, like
Yeah.
before any other class, and you guys were out in the lot practicing formations, all that jazz.
For about 2 hours or so.
Jesus.
Yeah. So, are you asking how much time total per year?
Oh, just yeah, like in general, like your schedule was most or always had band in it in some way, right?
Yeah. So, I didn't do the concert side of it just because I didn't want to do concert band.
Yeah.
But for marching band for college over at U of A, we had about about 15-hour week for straight marching band, and that's not including games.
Which is the whole day, really.
Yeah, the game for a game day, you go out in the early morning and you go to practice and you just practice marching for the entire day. You eat lunch real quick for about 30 minutes to an hour, and then you go back and practice again, and you then at the end of it, you run the entire show 2 to 3 times, and then you get on your uniform and you go get ready for going into the field.
Do you guys like getting onto the field? That's not usually something that people are, privy to do. Like not everybody gets to go out and perform in front of, tens of thousands of people. Was there a rush whenever you first got out there, or was it exciting? Was it kind of nerve-wracking at all?
It's really exciting getting to do that because everyone's watching you, and it's not necessarily you, but it's you as a band, as a group.
Yeah.
And in high school, it's like, okay, yeah, it's just family and other people who go to the high schools. But whenever it gets to the college level, it's really something else because it's every single person who's going to those colleges pretty much, and also it's being broadcast out. And for pregame, over at University of Arkansas, we do a whole bunch of songs, and we literally do the fight song going out of the field and marching the A down the field.
Yeah.
And it's something else to really be playing the fight song and having an entire stadium just singing the fight song with you on the field.
The hype is real, man.
Yeah.
The hype is really real.
It's great to have. Yeah.
But that energy kind of carried over into the stands, right? I remember you heard stories of people like just going fucking crazy, like in the music section.
Yeah. So the energy during a football game is not like nothing else. You can go to the student section, and that's energy. But
Yeah.
if you're in the band, if you're in the band and playing throughout the game, there's a whole nother level of energy in there.
Did you guys party as hard as the student section during the games?
Yeah.
Just a little.
We don't have any alcohol, unfortunately.
Damn it.
But we do kind of have that energy that drives everything.
Oh yeah.
Like we'll be dancing. All of our stand tunes, there's like dance moves to it, or there's something movement wise,
Yeah.
and so it's a whole lot of fun. And sousaphones are really cool because they'll like kind of flash the sousaphone.
Yeah.
Since it's so shiny, they just like kind of flash it at different points.
Nice. Damn, man.
And eventually just the music, you have it all memorized and you don't worry about anything, and you just let your fingers and your lungs and airflow do all that work, and then you can just focus on having fun.
It just becomes like second nature.
Yeah. Like I can pick up my saxophone and still play my high school fight song, and without even knowing what actual like
Without thinking.
without thinking.
Yeah.
I don't know what the notes are. I just know that my hands know what to do.
You can just make the sound.
Mhm.
Did you have were you like pretty adept at picking up like the music, like reading the music and the notes and stuff? Was that something that came easy to you?
Well, before I picked up any other instrument, I started playing piano.
That's a first stop for like a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like, man,
Piano playing is probably one of the best things you can do whenever you're first starting learning music.
yeah.
Even though it's not a skill that you're going to go far with, like me playing piano, I'm still not like anywhere really good at it.
I'm shit.
But I can read the music with both hands, and that's really what can help you out.
Yeah.
You understand a lot more about it.
Did you delve more like into the theory of music like Tatiana did?
No, I did do a little bit of theory whenever I took piano classes, just because my teacher wanted me to.
Yeah.
And we actually had the same teacher. It's just that I had her before she moved to the college. Yeah.
That's cool.
So
You did a lot of music theory, didn't you?
I did a lot. So much.
Did you enjoy it though? Was that something that you found? Because that seems to get like pretty technical and kind of wordy.
There's a lot more math involved than you think.
Really?
Yeah. Well, because theory 1 to 3 half semester, there's a set way of doing things and there's a system, and it's like you just follow it. Halfway through 3 to finish out 4, you're breaking everything you've just learned. So, yeah.
So
It's just
basically, it's calculus music theory.
So you're just talking about like all the exceptions to the rules that you've been learning, and all the things where that doesn't.
Yeah, like how to write a music matrix. That's the thing. It's all numbers.
Really?
You change the letters, like B flat would be like, I think it's 4. And you have to write a set pattern. You can make, it's easier to make one up off the spot.
Jesus.
But yeah. You literally have to configure it all in the numbers and then figure it out, and then you have to compose something off of the base numbers you created.
So whenever people talk about making pieces, or just like composing pieces that are based off of mathematical sequences, like Fibonacci sequences or stuff like that, there really is kind of like a core mathematical root. Like how easily does that translate from, one over to the other?
It's just more or less knowing where you want to start. It's much harder whenever you're given something. Like if we had to translate Tchaikovsky, that was a headache and a half.
Tchaikovsky.
Russian march.
That was really hard. But if you're making one up, if you know generally where you want to go or how you want the sound, it's just basically putting numbers where you want.
I'm totally ignorant to all things music theory. I understand that there are numbers, but every time I try to like watch a video or something on it, it just goes way over my head. It seems so involved and so like researched and done
It's
before.
hard. And music's
No
one of the
idea.
degrees that constantly like changes. There's no like there's a basic way to write a scale. There's a basic way to like do certain things.
Yeah.
But it's an ever-changing field. So it's not a complete solid like these are the steps to get you through everything.
Jeez. Does that kind of like drive you crazy though? Like the inconsistency, like the change? Does that make it more difficult to get into it?
In some ways, learning the basics is the beginning stuff is harder than actually breaking the rules themselves.
Okay.
So it was learning the beginning and fundamental stuff. Like luckily for me, I knew how to read music. I know how to play a couple of instruments. But yeah, it's kind of like walking through a musical minefield. I think that's the best way to describe it.
Did you have a lot of those explosion moments?
Yes. And okay, so the first test I ever did, it took me 8 hours to do.
Oh my god.
Second one,
It was 3 days, right?
3 days.
Holy fuck.
My third one, 6 hours, and then our last one, it took me about 6.5.
So it sounds like it's almost like an endurance event
It
going
is.
through these.
You have it. It's a stamina field.
So what do the questions kind of look like? I know it's a broad question because over that period of time, it's probably not just like one thing. There's got to be a lot of ground that you cover on a single exam. Right.
Well, you can ask anything for can you transpose this scale into C major and then write a matrix for it.
Oh!
Or can you transpose this
Oh, fuck!
into a different time signature like 6/7, which is a thing. It's very stupid.
That sounds rough.
Anything with nines are not fun.
Nines? Like in the time signature? The time?
I mean, that's where the numbers come in. Like a 7 actually you think would be harder because you can't break it up evenly. Like with a 9 you can do the 3, 6, 9 part. But when you have to like have it in a certain sequence, weakest instrument, and mine's percussion.
Don't let Mitchell hear you say that.
Well, I just suck at percussion. Like I suck at keeping rhythm. So I have to memorize it in my head in order for me to get it. I can't just sit there and then just,
Know it.
Like I have good memorization, but as far as keeping up with rhythm on the spot, that's where it nails me most of the time.
The rote memorization was always something that I struggled with. Like it was hard for me to. Fuck. Okay. No, it's so brutal on this road.
Sorry.
No, it's not you. It's
Missouri.
It's Missouri. Yeah.
Missouri.
The state. I love this place, but geez. Was there like, is there a lot of rote memorization? Like, I feel like with the math or with the kind of like the patterns, there's a logic to it, a way for you to kind of remember because it makes sense, at least audibly. Is there a lot of rote memorization where it's just kind of situations where you just have to shrug and really bear down on it?
Well, I mean, there are definitely like how there are acronyms for things,
Yeah.
like stuff like that. You can always make up something that helps you remember it, but then you always have to know that there's always going to be one exception to every part of that.
Yeah.
Like C minor does not work the same way as
Trying to take these turns smooth.
Oh no,
It's
man. Power slide.
relative. So
I get it. Yeah.
which relative, parallel, or
music.
Right?
Yeah, I think so. Hold on. Did music always kind of come easy to you?
It was always something I wanted. In certain ways, yeah, because I do really love music, and I was just set and determined. Like within the end of my freshman year of high school, I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna study music, whatever, and then I did it. So
Damn. Oh,
getting the
fuck.
degree was not easy. It was very hard, and I'm only like halfway through. So
Alright, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get the.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Do you play any musical instruments, John?
Yes and no. I would like to think that I can play guitar, but I can't. I would like to think that I can do piano things, but I have no confidence in any of my ability.
I didn't start playing piano until